What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We are featuring the legendary Spartans Legacy. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the Electrone Attack at Town Hall 12, moving along to Town Hall 10, and we have a special guest with me today as well. He is going to be discussing his attack. This is Halo. What's going on, my friend?
What's going on, Judo? Glad to be here, and all the Judo fans. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, no, hey, I've been a big fan of your channel for quite some time. If you guys haven't seen Halo's channel, I'll link it in the top right. It'll be linked in the description. Head on over there and drop him a sub. You mainly cover Spartans Legacy?
Yeah, definitely Spartans Legacy. And my focus certainly is war. I maybe do one farm video a year, but I'd focus on war content and elite war content. So it's kind of just breaking down attacks, figuring out fails, and helping people slowly get better in the game. It's yeah. Yeah,
exactly. And your content's always been kind of geared towards learning. We have a lava loon attack, which I'm quickly skipping over in the background. This is more of a traditional Lalo, just as we were introducing the video. Very difficult Lalo, in fact. I think you'd already touched on that in one of your videos there, Halo, right towards the end there. Very difficult pathing. But let's move on to the Electrone attack, and we'll get on to, in the second half of the video, a process style video, which is something I know you do on your channel, Halo, where you basically show one of the attacks that didn't work and then show what you did in order to alter it.
That's right. Y'all are going to get to see one of my beautiful fails in this war. But yeah, I don't know. I think I mean, we all fail. It's just I think how to recover from the fail, and just like psychologically, some people can't handle it. It's interesting. The cycle.
Exactly. No, I think that's the right attitude to have. I show my fails on there, but obviously, like you said, it's how you respond to that. But we have base number 4 was a beautiful Electron attack. Shout out to Spartans Legacy getting the victory in this CWL match. You guys are crushing it this season. Let's dive into this attack, though. People are waiting. People are anxiously waiting. So do you want to start off this attack and kind of talk us through how we started this one out? Obviously, we have seen the Electron on my channel before, bringing in that battle blimp to get massive value initially.
Yeah, so Hodor here, this is Richard. This is the beautiful German, as I call him, but he's an amazing player. You notice, like, you know, when he's going to suicide his blimp, right? There's different strategies. Some people suicide the blimp with the Electron in it, and some people hold it off till later in the attack. But he's going to just go straight for the queen, and then use his heroes kind of at the 6 o'clock, because there's huge value there. You have 2 air defenses and a multi. So he's going to be able to take down pretty much this whole section of the base very smoothly. So
yeah, and it's beautiful that, you know, he doesn't have to worry about pathing of his heroes. The blimp has already done that for him. He knows exactly where the heroes are going at this stage. Notice how he set off the tornado trap in the middle there as well, which is always helpful. And I love that wall break, you know, just like you said, just giving him access there into the multi-inferno and the air defense. And it really does just show you that a lot of people use the Sui hero method, but even just adding in the odd troop can help you to get so much more value from that as well.
Yeah, and the trick that, if y'all didn't know, because it's a multi, the wall breakers would die. So he brings a freeze spell to save the wall breakers. So you might be wondering, you know, is that even worth a spell space? But if you look at the value of the queen, it's totally worth it, because she gets all that access just by a couple wall breakers and a freeze. So.
Yeah, no, I've seen that many a times in different attacks where people have failed that wall break, not realizing, and I think it gives a credit to the base designer as well, just making sure that the Inferno is just within that range where it can tag them. And like you said, it is definitely worth it, because if you don't get that wall break, then your queen doesn't go through and get that value. We're kind of missing the Lalo at this stage, but again, once you've set up this style of attack correctly, it really just sells itself from there.
And yeah, definitely. I think the thing that makes this attack, because it does come down to the wire, is if you notice his Warden, he was pretty patient on it. Sometimes people get a little bit nervous and pop him early, but he popped it right when his loons were over the Town Hall and the Multi-Inferno. So he got kind of double protection.
Yeah, double the value essentially. Like you said, it's always one of them games in Clash where being patient is definitely something you have to do. And some people will often say to, press an ability when there's more troops there. And whilst that, is true to heal more troops essentially, or make them, invisible for that certain amount of time, invincible, whatever, it's not always the best thing to do. It is really targeting your specific uses to that point in the base. So we'll fast forward through the last couple of seconds because, like you said, it did come down to the wire. But a beautiful attack. A 3 is a 3 at Town Hall 12, especially on these difficult bases in that of the CWL. But at Town Hall 10, we also see this attack strategy used quite well. So we'll move down to base number 24, and then what we're going to do is move on to base number 26, which is the base that you hit, and then had one of your clanmates kind of clean it up as well. But it was a beautiful hit in order to provide that. Let's quickly show you this first Electron attack though. Again, just check out, guys, the amount of value that is gained from the start here. Couple of balloons just to test for any black air bombs in order to help your blimp. You do not want that going down very early due to that. And as he gets it right over into the center of the base there, just watch them balloons spread out. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. And that Electro Dragon is then just left there to clean up the rest of the base in the middle there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, using the Electron, you do need to be careful about doing fresh hits because you're not really sure. Like a damaged CC can be a problem, especially if it's a big dragon. Now this was a baby dragon, so a poison spell could take care of it. But so there is a danger if you are going to fresh using the Electron. Like you got to be aware that if they do put a big dragon in there, it could cause the end of your raid. So don't just it's definitely works better on a Lalo for sure, but still can work on damage as we can see here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see the amount of defenses that are already gone. Brings that baby dragon in at the bottom because why not? There's nothing there. Might as well start the cleanup process. I know that's something you highlight in your videos a lot, is once the Lalo or the Hog Riders or whatever it is already done in that section, get the cleanup in because you don't want to be falling short just because of time. It's always one of them things that you do see, and each and every time you just want to scream.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, once you fail on a time fail, you'll definitely learn your mistake.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something,
it's kind of like a mental check. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah,
definitely. That's something I was going to say with the in-game CWL as well, where, you only get that one attack. You can't be failing on a time fail. You have to factor them things in. And that's something here that, it wasn't even close, essentially. There's so much left over. Swag the Queen's ability, beautiful stuff. But we're moving on to my favorite part of the video, where Hero is going to discuss his attack. And honestly, I love doing these styles of videos, just getting people on, discussing their attacks. And like you say, everyone fails. Anyone that pretends that they don't is just kidding themselves. I think it's brilliant to be able to explain what went wrong and essentially improve from that. So let's get into that attack. I'll pull it up now. Base number 26. Okay. You tell me when you're ready to go.
I guess let me just talk about it. I guess on this.
Yeah, I have it paused right now.
I do too. I think the important thing for me for this is having a voice, talking with your clanmates. So my intention was to freeze. There's a lot of moving parts in this attack. It's a very quick attack. My intention was to freeze the single by the Queen at 6 o'clock. But I was going to wait in my head till I saw it locked onto the E-Drag. But I should have just realized I should have frozen immediately right when I released the Electric Dragon. And I didn't catch that on myself. And the person I was voicing with, they didn't catch it. So if you have multiple people kind of talking about a plan, it certainly can help. And you'll find, we can push play now, but that really is the problem that happened because the E-Drag just wasn't able to stay alive long enough. And the baby dragon in the clan castle unfortunately got out of the poison spell. So yeah, on this attack, it was a great plan, I thought, but just kind of like a couple mistakes in the sense of timing wise. There's a couple things I could have done. Like even as the king, I could have waited on the blimp I could have popped king ability to let the CC come out towards the king, but you notice the baby dragon is in the poison, but then it retargets the blimp, and so
Okay,
gets
yeah,
out
I
of the
noticed
poison.
that.
But there's just so much happening right now, like that freeze spell, as you can tell.
Just that tad late, wasn't it? Yeah.
A tad late because I was deploying loons at 6 o'clock. So, but at this moment, like I was like, oh, I have this, but I have tons of loons up, but it's that baby dragon that's going to cause the issues here. So
I think that's
yeah.
cool though, because you were able to identify exactly what the issue was in that of king ability. The baby drag was pulled across, not getting that freeze in. So you were able to highlight specific things that when you come back to it, you've kind of got that mental note in your head that, all right, these are the parts we need to fix. And then, you know, that's how you essentially progress an attack forward. And it's great to see that highest level gameplay where you are thinking about each and every aspect of things. Honestly, it's just amazing to see. And I, for one, I think that was an awesome attack.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to hit this again, honestly, how you would, if another 10 hit it, you would just, you'd pop king ability, let the CC come out, drop the poison, and then bring the blimp in. So you just delay the blimp a bit, so the baby dragon wouldn't hop out of that poison spell, and then you'd 3-star. It's pretty.
Yeah,
that'd be the easiest fix.
That's tough that it's that close, huh? That, you know, the littlest of things can ruin your raid essentially. But let's move on to the attack, which did clean it up. Then you'll obviously see the similarities between it. Now this one is a dip attack, but obviously if you guys, you know, needed to have an 11 to clean it up, then that's how it goes. So let's have a watch of that, and you guys can see the similarities. We can see exactly how that was changed, but essentially you carved the way here so that, you know, because dip fails do happen, you carved the way so that this was essentially never going to happen. It was always going to be a 3.
Oh yeah. And notice on his attack, the CC did come towards the king, but he didn't even bring a poison. He didn't even bring a poison because it is a Town Hall 11. So
yeah. So he just wanted to push in, get that little bit further, get that CC down. But yeah, he kind of waited on the blimp that little bit extra as well. And then it's interesting, when they came out, he doesn't even freeze the single Inferno there. He kind of gets that down with the balloons getting pushed across, which is awesome. And that E-drag, you can just see the value that it gets once it's in the middle there. I mean, from this stage, the Lalo, like you said, Town Hall 11, he's already carved out that right-hand side of the base. It is going to just be a landslide from this point forward. Yeah, for sure. And the difference is, I think if it was another 10 hitting, the reason why you would want to not delay. So if you notice on this cleanup, he delayed his Lalo. But on my attack, I brought him in at the same time. And the reason I did that was to try to save the Electric Dragon. Obviously, he has a Grand Warden, so he doesn't even have to worry about yeah, exactly.
Saving
honestly,
anything.
Though, like you said, I think it's great to see them, you know, them process style videos. I know you do them a lot, so like I said, guys, head on over and you will see them. Primarily a Town Hall 10 attacker. I know you've been smashing it each and every season. If you had to give a couple of quick tips then, maybe just 1 or 2 quick tips before we wrap up for a Town Hall 10 player, can be as broad or specific as you want it to be, what would you say?
Do not spam. No, I would say if you're a new attacker to Town Hall 10, you need to learn the fundamentals. So I'd say don't Bowler Witch, don't Mass Miner. I know those are viable strategies, but you need to learn how to Lalo. You need to learn how to do Queen Walks and Wall Breaks. Because if you learn the basics, then you'll be able to take on any base, and you won't fall back to the spam, which is an easier attack, powerful. But I would say learn the fundamentals first. Yeah,
that's awesome advice. I always say as well, if you're trying to learn a new attack strategy, incorporate things that you already know. For example, a queen charge or, you know, a traditional kill squad, and then start on just the back end and kind of expand it from there. So perfect advice. Great stuff. Well, thank you so much for jumping on the channel. I know we're going to try and jump across to your channel as well. So anyone that's still here, you can head on over to Halo's channel, see some more attacks from this war. Thank you again to Spartans Legacy for having me. Best of luck for the rest of the season. That's going to wrap it up from us, though. Until next time, guys. Peace out.